Hello everybody, this is Burgback coming to you with another Starcraft 2 commentary. Today's matchup, we will have Boyo spawning as the blue Protoss on the left side of Antiga Shipyards, and his opponent will be Gimix of Team Epidemic. Of course, both of these players from Team Epidemic. And Killer Hands being a great guy, sending me out a replay of both of these great Terran and Protoss players. Both, of course, as I said, from Team Epidemic, and a little bit of clan chatter here going on. These two are, of course, clan mates. This is a custom game between the two. Just, you know, getting the feel of each other, just competing against each other, just playing, you know. And, you know, this is going to be a Terran versus Protoss game. Spawning closely, I would say, to each other on Antiga Shipyard, so it should be interesting to see how this plays out, of course. If you've been watching my channel the past week, you've seen games from both of these players. And the information on these guys, you know, it's great information. Both of these guys, Gimix and Boyo, are considered, you know, consistently on the top 200 throughout of 2011 and have been so far throughout 2012. We see a little bit of action here between Gimix and Boyo, of course, doing a little bit of damage to each other here, and it looks like Boyo retaliating a little bit on this barracks-producing SCV, as Boyo looking to go back a little bit, not trying to get any hull damage on that probe, which we're down a little bit on shields, again retreating, going to be trying to pull Gimix his SCVs off the mineral line. Trying to get this barracks complete, but again doing some damage to this SCV, this poor little SCV hitting about half HP and forcing the SCV off the line there, as another SCV, yeah, there we go, there is another SCV there, who's kind of hidden behind there, and Boyo again just kind of going in there. And as I was saying, you know, both of them being high contenders here on Grandmasters. Boyo specifically has hit #1 already on Grandmasters this past year, and Gimix, I believe, has peaked at #2 on Grandmasters. So these guys doing really well on the ladder. Would love to see these guys a little bit more in a professional field. And it looks like Gimix going for a scout, going the proper way for a scout, so he's going to be able to find Boyo rather fast. So really well played there by Gimix. Going to be able to see that. And Boyo just taking the center, just going to be seeing if anything's coming up towards the center. Again, I'm not sure how much action is going to happen up here in that center for right now, only because they are spawning in this position here. And Boyo not able to really get any on here where Gimix would be able to come through. So we're already going for that warp gate technology inside Boyo's base, going really fast on that with a 1 gate. Not looking to expand yet, and if you've seen the matches that we've done on Boyo a lot, he has done Forge Fast Expands rather quickly, but you know, that has been more against Zerg players. Instantly, you know, if you've watched the Destiny Boyo games, you know what I'm talking about there. And, you know, I'm sure we'll see that expand coming out soon enough from Boyo. Going to try and get that decon going up rather quickly. Of course, another rack's coming down with another command center. So, Gimix going for the expand before Boyo. He's going to have that up before him. And should be interesting to see how the economy plays out. Going for another 3-rack build. So this should be interesting. Going to be going with that tech lab. We'll probably see some Marauders come into action here as a Zealot coming in and taking a little bit of damage to his health. And these Marines doing a really nice job there of defending early on. We do have a Stalker coming in, though, so it should be interesting. And we do notice that as Boyo is attacking, he is going for that expand as well. So 4 Marines up at the top of the ramp, going to be doing as much damage as they can to that Zealot. Zealot coming in and going to be driving those Marines back. We do have a we don't have anything out here right now, as Marines coming out, trying to do what they can. And Stalker doing a really good job of taking care of 2 Marines and just losing the Zealot for that. And the Stalker just coming up, going to try and do what he can with the rest of these. And SCV's doing a really good job there, of course, of keeping that Stalker out of the base. We do have Combat Shield coming out as well, so we'll see a little bit more HP increase from these Marines. And we do have a Lone Marauder coming out from this Tech Lab area right now. We do have 2 reactors coming down, so we'll see a lot more Marine action and Marauder action from Gimix as the time goes on here. And again, we do have a sentry out now, and Boyo has a stalker out as well. And this stalker just kind of sitting pretty out here for Boyo, just doing a little bit of scouting, using that in that case. And looking to now expand for Gimix. Gimix now having that orbital command morphed into place, and starting to set it down on this natural expand here. And again, this stalker just went in, got a little bit of vision, saw what's going on, does see a bunker going down, so he knows, Boyo knows that there is an expand coming down at that natural. Of course, he'd have to be a little dull not to know that that'd be coming down soon enough. Nexus is in production. We got a good amount rather, of probes out for Boyo, so he's going to be starting to do that. And we look at the income, we're looking pretty even. Of course, you know, Gimix ahead a little bit just because of the mules that can be called out into the game. Blink % done, so we're going to be seeing some Blink Stalker action coming from Boyo. Should be interesting to see how he does this against Terran play. And again, really bringing out that ground weapon 1 as well on Boyo's side, chrono boosting that out, trying to get that out as fast as possible. Blink almost 50% done now as we start moving in here, and it looks like Boyo going to get some high ground advantage here with this pylon going into the second expand area of Gimix. Going to be bringing that in soon enough, and what this really does is bring Boyo's army faster into Gimix's area. I'm going to try and put some pressure on it, looks like, and Boyo really putting it in a great place, leaving it just outside of range here, except when a unit does get up here. But if SCVs and stuff go up here, they only really cover this side of the ramp, and I don't think they will see that if they go up there. Time will tell, of course. We got Stim Pack as well coming out for Gimix. It might be a little early for that, especially since we are just bringing out a factory. Stim Pack isn't something exactly you want to use before you have any kind of medevac action coming down. We are seeing Templar Archives coming out from Boyo, though, so dare I say we see High Templar coming from him. I don't think we're going to see any kind of Dark Templar action from him, of course, because Gimmick, of course, can scan for something like that. We do have the Stalkers coming up for Boyo going up here and getting ready to just do a little bit of an attack here. It looks like the bunker, he sees it, he decides, you know, we're getting up there. We see all these Marines. That is a lot of Marines and Marauders. And he says, you know, we're just going to back away for right now. We need to mass up our army just a little bit more. Boyo, of course, behind 68 compared to the 88 of Gimix right now. And again, just doing a little bit of damage on that bunker. We're not repairing it yet. Gimix isn't going up there to look to repair. Boyo is just going up and doing a little bit of damage, not enough to do any kind of real damage to his units. Pylon's coming into this second expansion area for Boyo. Looks like he's getting ready to expand here. We do have a second probe going in there to get ready to expand. Yeah, there goes the expand right now. Storm, about halfway done. Of course, that is a telling sign that we are going to be doing High Templar instead of Dark Templar right now. And the concussive shells coming out for Gimix. Going to be getting ready to do some slowing action. Of course, it will help with that charge lots that are coming. And you know, scouting factory coming out here. We'll see that expand as these stalkers coming around. Looks like to get ready to attack that scouting factory. And granted, these guys are really cheap to use. Doesn't look like we're going to be going mech anytime soon here on Gimix base. And going after this first stalker. Stalker really well placed there, of course, stagnating the stalkers. Or should I say stagnating, of course. And Boyo's pylon's still living, so that pylon going to be living on for a while. And putting out his army, I'm not sure if he's aware that there are going to be High Templar in this yet or not. I wonder if he saw... Yeah, he hasn't seen anything inside that base. He hasn't scouted with it at all. Going for that ramp, going up into that expansion, and Nexus not yet complete, but we do have the Guardian Shield coming down for Boyo, putting some force fields down, and the High Templar doing their damage with the Psionic Storms. And that Nexus, of course, being built up, finishing up. Boyo feeling very confident. And down go the medevacs, at least two of them. One is remaining still. And High Templar is just running into the Marines and getting killed. We do have one Archon that got morphed in, but that is taken out right away. And it looks like Boyo is forced to retreat as Gimix is now going in for the kill on this expand. So the expand that Boyo just built up is now down, and Gimix being forced, not being forced, but deciding to retreat just a little bit, get out of the way in case there is some kind of retaliation move from Boyo. Of course, Boyo at 87 compared to the 108 of Gimix. We look at the income, and income is in favor of Boyo right now with 59 Harvesters compared to the 57. Of course, now Gimix going up a little bit with those mules in action. And it looks like, oh, missile turret coming up here. Interesting move for Gimix, as Gimix now seeing that and bringing in the expand, and it looks like we are bringing some units in here to take care of that Stalker. So interesting move there with Gimix putting the missile turret there. I'm not exactly sure what that was used for, unless maybe for scouting purposes, to stop scouting, sorry, from Boyo from an observer or anything like that. And again, ground armor 2 coming out for Boyo. Boyo already at 2 attack, 1 armor, so he's going to be well ahead of Gimix's ground army. And again, spreading out, really nice use here. Going to take out that probe, seeing that the army is split up a little bit with those High Templar coming out. So we are going to be spreading out the damage output. Oh, we got the Storms coming down. Nice hits there from Storms. As we see the HP on those front units definitely getting taken down. Archon moving. Look at that, using the High Templar to push. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's kind of interesting play there, using the Archon just to tank. And the Immortal just getting taken out now. And another Archon up here, of course, and it looks like we're going to be taking out Gimix's army. Gimix not looking in a good position right now, taking the Stalkers up to the second expand of Gimix, and Gimix looking in a really bad spot here, already getting inside the line. We do have SCVs coming out into the line to off the line to try and defend this. That front bunker going down, and Gimix trying to do what he can. More mules coming down, trying to re-energize this expand. He knows he needs that income, and income a bunch of Zealots with Stalkers and High Templar coming in, and all while this is happening, Boyo expanding further north from his main base. We do, of course, have some pylons up here, and it looks like Boyo just trying to rebuild his army as fast as possible. Boyo ahead 96 to 83 now. The tables have turned in favor of Boyo. Of course, Boyo being able to take out this expand on his attack, and Boyo having his own expand being built now instead of this one down here that did get destroyed. Bringing in more Zealots and some more High Templar. So we're going to see a little bit more action here coming from Boyo. We do have ground level 3 and armor 3 coming out from Boyo. Robotics Bay being almost finished as well. So we're going to be seeing some Colossus coming out from Boyo as well. So it's definitely ground army. And we also have Boyo going for the upper left-hand corner, as we do have a drop coming in from Gimix. Gimix getting out of there. He knows it's coming, and takes out that one pylon, but that's about it. Decides to get out there. He knows he's not going to be able to handle that army, as he starts heading back into his own home. It is now up. Gimix up 127 to 114 to Boyo's 114, of course. The Thermal Lance, extended Thermal Lance getting ready now for Boyo, getting ready for those Colossi that will be coming up, and building another robotics facility to start churning them out just a little bit faster to the one, I always think. I hope you guys agree with that. And again, Boyo having a nice area to come up. He's right at the gold expand, right near the center of the map with that pylon. Definitely shortening the gap of attack that he needs to come in here and attack Gimix. And Gimix has really turned this around. 142, 130. He's definitely in the lead on unit count, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, especially with this Colossi coming up. The extended Thermal Lance halfway done. That Colossi has to be a little careful there. Zealots, Charge Lots coming in as the Marines and Marauders doing what they can. This nice little ball of M&M getting taken and hurt rather quickly there, of course, because of the psionic storms coming out from the Templar, and Templar getting spawned in even more. We did morph in that Archon because those High Templar were out of energy. So Boyo just bringing more in so that he can reinforce that just a bit. More Colossi. Yeah, there's the Colossi coming in. The extended Thermal Lance just about done. We'll probably see him shift into attack mode as soon as that Thermal Lance is done, and we have 2 Colossus now being created and being brought in from Ire to help attack. Archons being made as well. And Stalker's just coming in. We do see a drop here again from Gimix. Going to be trying to take out those Zealots. We are trying to form some in. And Stalker's going to be taking out with ease, I believe, as Gimix just trying to micromanage those units into attacking. Didn't really have to do that, I don't think. As and Gimix now also bringing in more units into his expand, his second expand. No gas on that yet, of course, but we are just worrying about Marauders and Marines at the moment, and a little bit of Vikings, using the Vikings just to help go against those Colossi. And again, we also see a Ghost Academy coming in. Remember, this is pre-patch, so the Ghosts do have a little bit better damage-wise with the EMP. with the radius of that EMP. And in comes Boyo now. Boyo coming in. Oh, that poor Marauder getting taken out. Incoming army of Boyo going in, and this could be it, maybe. This could be the last engagement as we start coming in. These, oh my goodness, these Colossi just coming in, trying to take out. We just have one Viking left in the battle, and that's not going to be enough, as looks like the storm's coming down and starting to really take care of this ground army of Gimix, and Gimix coming up to the high ground, trying to do what he can. One Viking in the air, and that's about it. We will, if we see these Stalkers just take down this, yeah, there it goes. This is probably game for Boyo, putting that Ghost Academy right in the front. That's kind of scary. But anyway, wow, that was a really great game between the two. Boyo really pulling it out at the end there, and really having the right combination of units, and Gimix, sorry, not really having enough, I think, not enough Vikings to really deter this Colossus push at the end. I think he only had 3 or 4. It really isn't enough for, 4 Colossus. He really had a lot of Marines and Marauders, but that really wasn't enough for, one, the storms that were coming out, and the Colossus extended thermal lance. It just had a great range on them, and the Stalkers in the front doing a great job, with the Archons acting as tanks as well. Really well played by Boyo, and you can see why both of these players are ranked very high in the GM ladder right now. So really, if you want to see more of them, I will have a link to their website. Remember, this is Team Epidemic, and again, I'd like to thank Killer Hands for sending me this replay in, and let me know what you guys think of this replay down below, and what you think of these players that I've showcased on my channel this past week. Again, Boyo and Gimix, and let me know what you thought about this game. If you did like the game, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Please make sure to subscribe. I will love you a long time. And again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.